Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. Today we're talking about saying no with love. Are you ready? Let's get started. Let me start with a quote from Warren Buffett. I'll need to read just for a second. Here's what Warren had to say about this topic. The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. You've got to keep control of your time, and you can't unless you say no. You can't let other people set your agenda in life. Again, so says Warren Buffett. And who am I to argue, except I'm going to say yes and, because I can think of lots of times in my life when I said yes that led to a great opportunity, something I wasn't expecting, etc. So that leads us to the yin and yang of saying no, right? You've got to protect your time. I'm in complete agreement with Warren, and you got to use judgment always. So I think that it's important for us to recognize that if I'm going to pick a direction, I'm going to head towards saying no, but I'm not ready to go all the way to you got to say no all the time. So, but you do have to be willing to say no. I mean, some people have a hard time saying it. They don't want to say it. And so if someone asks a favor, someone asks for their time, someone has an idea, it's always yes first. And so we've got to be careful with that, because here's the fact. Saying no is saying yes. Saying no to the good is saying yes to the great. Saying no to the new thing here is saying yes to your long-term goal. So we have to be willing to say no, and we have to say that sometimes saying no is actually saying yes to the bigger, better opportunity. And yet, I said we were going to talk about saying no with love. So we've got to be able to say it to others, not just in our head, but to others. So how do we say it to ourselves and to others? Here's a couple of thoughts of specific ways you could go about it with other people, right? Someone asks you something and you could say, hey, I can't do that right now, but if anything changes, I will let you know. Now that may feel like waffling, but it's quite fair, right? I'm not going to do this now. Maybe something will change, but for right now, I'm not in. And here's another one. I can give you 5 minutes, but I have a hard stop at the bottom of the hour. Now, this may be one, even with a team member, where I can give you 5 minutes now. We can take more time at another time, but I can't let my calendar get out of control right now. That's being clear. It's giving people a chance. And sometimes we'll focus the conversation so what's needed by the other person is taken care of in that time. Mostly, though, what I would say when you're asked something in one way or another, to focus on your preface. You've decided you're going to say no. How do you preface it? Right? The examples I gave you are one way to do that. But what you want to do is for people to say that maybe you're saying no to this thing, but you're not meaning to disrespect them or their idea. So think about how you will frame it. Think about sharing your intention so that you can be clear about your no and still be kind and show love to the other person. Let me summarize with today's tweet. To achieve our goals, sometimes we must say no, but we can say no in a way that preserves relationships and future opportunities. That's saying no with love. Well, you get lots of email, and I'm going to invite you to get another one. And you might say no to this, but I'm going to give you the chance. Every weekday, we send out what we call the daily email. It's a chance for you to get insights, ideas, inspiration from what's in my head each day, 5 days a week. It's free. It's for you. And if you want to say yes to the daily email, you can sign up right here on this page. I hope you'll do that. And I hope you'll be back with me next week for another episode of the Remarkable Leadership Podcast and Remarkable TV.